Alright, today we're going to talk about classifying quadrilaterals and other polygons. So first we're going to start with classifying. And at the very top we have polygons. And a polygon is any closed shape in geometry that has all straight sides, basically. So some of the polygons you already know are triangles. And then that's a three-sided shape. And then a four-sided shape would be a quadrilateral. And then we just keep growing from there. So a five-sided shape would be a pentagon. Now I don't have room to keep going, but then you have hexagon, octagons, decagons, dodecagons. You can have any number of sides. We're going to focus mainly on quadrilaterals today. So under quadrilaterals, that's any four-sided shape. You have two distinct things, and I'll create another page for just quadrilaterals so I have some room. Alright, so got some more room here. Quadrilaterals, they have four sides, and it branches down into two distinct categories here. First we have the trapezoid. And a trapezoid is characteristic of having only one set of parallel lines. So a lot of times you'll see those arrows noting that they are parallel. If it doesn't have any parallel sides, it's just a quadrilateral. If it has one set, it's a trapezoid. Then on the other side, we have a parallelogram. And that's distinctive of having two sets of parallel sides. So sometimes you'll see arrows going, showing that those are parallel. A parallelogram can get more specific by going two ways. One would be a rhombus, and the other a rectangle. Both rhombuses and rectangles are parallelograms. There's one distinct difference. A rhombus, all the sides are equal. A rectangle, the sides aren't equal, but all the angles are. All the angles are 90 degrees. And then if you combine a rectangle and a rhombus, you get a square. And in a square, all the sides are equal and all the angles are equal. So when you look at that, all squares are rectangles, all squares are rhombuses, all squares are parallelograms, all squares are quadrilaterals. If you go down the chart, it works differently. So some parallelograms are rectangles, some parallelograms are rhombuses, but not all. Some rectangles are squares, some rhombuses are squares. So if you go down the chart, it's sometimes. If you go up the chart, it's always. Alright, so I have a quadrilateral here. Happens to be a trapezoid. So, if I need to find that missing angle measure, there are 360 degrees in any quadrilateral. All quadrilaterals will have 360 degrees. So, in this I have two 90 degrees and a 110 degree. So, in order to find that missing one, I'm going to add up what I already know. So I have a 110, a 90, and a 90. So I add that up to get 290. And then I'm going to subtract that from 360. And I will get 70. So x equals 70 degrees. I'll do a couple more examples of that. Alright, so here I have another quadrilateral, and I have degree measures of 80, 100, and 22. So first step is to find that missing one of y would be to add up what I already know. So I have 100, 22, and 80. So add that up, I get 202. Then there's 360 degrees in any quadrilateral. So I'm going to subtract 202 from 360. And get a measurement of 158. So y would equal 158 degrees. Alright, so we'll do one more. And the shape there is a parallelogram. You can see that by those arrows. And it's giving me that two of the angles are 125. That means the other two angles have to be equal. So let's first start with what we've done before in adding up what we know. So we have 125 twice, so we're going to add those up and get 250. Well, there's 360 degrees in any quadrilateral, so we're going to take 250 away from it and get 110. So my other two angles have to add up to 110. So to find out what one of those angles equals, I'm going to divide 110 by 2. So 2 goes into 11 5 times, which is 10. Subtract, I get 10. 2 goes into 10 5 times, evenly. So each one of those missing angles, we'll call them x and x, since they're the same measurement. So x would equal 55 degrees.